Happy birthday, CBCOC. We thank God for His wonderful ministry here at this church, 48 years of all our current leaders and our past leaders. We thank God for that. And we also thank God for our two wonderful buildings. And that's what I'm here to talk about, is our church renovation status. That's not my presentation. Okay. We have two teams. We formed two teams. Our first team is our long-range funding committee team, and the members include Jensen, Chow, Lana, and we still have to pick an elder for oversight. Their purpose is to determine how much we can raise and when. Their tasks include studying methods on how to raise money, work with the pastors and elders how to raise awareness, conduct surveys. Should we get a mortgage? Should we raise bonds? Should we use any of the money that we have in our reserve? The status is the elders still have to conduct a kickoff meeting with our long-range funding committee team. On the table, or what is our strategy? Either we hire a third party for fundraising. We were given a Southern Baptist recommendation from a consultant, a highly recommended one, so we are considering him. Or might we do this fundraising on our own? And from our fundraising, or from our research, this church renovation could take anywhere from 3 to 5 years and could have multiple phases. Our second team is our long-range building committee team that we started last June. Our members include Ann Yip, Edward King, Alan Tom, Tiffany, Frank, and myself. Our tasks, they include list of facility needs, interview and choose the best 2 architects, obtain cost proposals, conduct forums on next steps, and after approval, to monitor progress. Our accomplishments, we developed a list of needs and actually refined it over the months. We gathered ideas from all the ministry leaders. We've gathered 5 highly recommended church architects, people who worked on churches, from Dr. Michael Proud, from Saddleback Church, South County, and also LA Chinatown Church. We met twice with our first potential church architect. We received our first cost proposal. Coming up on May 5th, we'll be meeting with our first architect and his interior decorator. And we'll discuss his proposal, and we'll have a time of Q&A. Our long-range funding committee, or long-range building committee, is also looking into who might be the next architect that we can bring into the church, share with him our needs, and then walk the facilities. Also, we're going to be conducting multiple forums. You'll meet the architect and interior designer of our choice, and you'll get to see some sketches and hear some ideas. Another meeting, or maybe many meetings, the fun part begins. We get to choose renovation options. Should we want carpet red, or should we want carpet blue, etc.? So there could be one or more of those kinds of forums. And then another forum to help us understand how to approve a renovation plan and a funding plan for our church. Keynote here, besides having a strong architect, it's also very important to have a very keen interior decorator. We're not going to do anything structural to the building from the outside, but mainly our focus is going to be in the inside of our 2 buildings, some grounds work, and then some of the work in the courtyard. So the interior decorator is probably the most important person. I'd like to share who our first potential architect is. His name is John Mayer Montes. logos, architecture, and his interior decorator is Okwan Kim. Both are Christians. John attended APU. Both are have 30 years plus experience in commercial buildings. Their primary jobs have been government buildings, hospitals, schools, universities, plus churches. Okwan, on the right that you see, she teaches at CBU, interior decorating. I'd like to show a few pictures of some examples of their work. The first two slides here is LA Chinatown Church. The picture on the left is the outside of the church, and the picture on the right is their courtyard. Their preschool area was redecorated, and here you can see the lively colors that were brought into the church. Here we have an example of another church. This is St. Thomas Church. This one here is Salvation Army in Pasadena. This is a large Christian university in South Korea that Okwan had worked on. So it's a seminary and a Christian university. The upper left is a Burbank planning department, and then we have 3 medical facilities that was their work. White Memorial, Kaiser Downing, UCLA Extension. Then also they've done some elementary school work. This one here is Central 21st Elementary in LA. And also this one here is San Ysidro Elementary School. And then the last page here, I'd like to read our theme. Our prayer is that God would continue to bless CBCOC with new attenders and young families, that CBCOC facilities would be suitable and safe for all worshipers, and we would like to provide a fresh church appearance for future generations. And why? It is our members' responsibility to be good stewards of what God has blessed us with. God has provided us with this property that has served us well. The Fellowship Hall, 1985, and the sanctuary